Hey everyone, I'm Hope and welcome to or back to Hopehelps. So for today's video I thought I'd film a get to know me tag. Now last week, if you watched my first ever video, you'll know that I spoke about my channel, a little bit about me, but this tag will hopefully allow everyone to get to know me a little bit better and a few more facts about me. So for the video I've composed a list of questions, so let's get into it. So the first question is, what is my full name? And for those of you that weren't here last week, you won't know this, but my full name is Hope Alice Balderson Jones. Question number 2. What is my birthday? So my birthday is the 16th of August 2002. So I've got around 3 months left until I'm 17. Yay! Can drive. It's gonna be fun. So question number 3 is, were you named after anyone? So my first name, Hope, is not named after anyone. It was actually a name that I think my auntie came up with. So that wasn't named after anyone. But my second name, Alice, is named after my great nan on my mum's side because her name was Alice. Actually, I was gonna either be called Hope or Alice, but Hope got picked first and Alice is my middle name. Actually one of my favourite names and one that I hope to keep in the family, hopefully when I have children, because I love a good traditional girl's name. So question number 4 is a good one. It says, where are you from? And if you didn't know, I am from England and I've lived here my whole life. Well, I say that. I did live in Canada for around 1.5 years when I was 2 and 3, but I don't really remember it. So I have no comparison. I always wish though, if I came from anywhere in England, I would have come from London because I love London. And if I could come from anywhere, I would have liked to have been born and raised in the United States. Question number 5 is a very debatable subject. Cats or dogs? So if you know me in real life, you'll know that I've been a dog person all my life. All my grandparents had dogs, and then growing up I had a black Labrador. He sadly passed away a couple of years ago. But at the moment, me and my mum, we have a standard sausage dog called Amy. So I would say that I am definitely a dog person. Oh, interesting additional fact to the cats and dogs question. I actually am allergic to any animal with hair. So when I came back from Canada, I just was allergic to any animal with hair. So horses, cats, dogs, anything. So I always have to take a cetirizine every day. Question 6 is a good one. I like this because it's nice and positive. It says, what was your greatest achievement in secondary school? So as I will explain in a later video, secondary school wasn't the happiest time of my life, but I think my greatest achievement was me putting my head down and achieving beyond what I ever thought was possible. Question 7 is one I think about all the time, and it says, have you got any future career ideas and a dream job? So for future career, I have been thinking about this for around 2 years, and my heart lies in going into finance, but not the accounting side. I'd really like to go into like forensics and financial fraud and maybe a bit of compliance. So that's where I'm hoping to get to. And as for dream job, I guess that is it really. I mean, if I can do YouTube as a hobby or a job, that would be amazing too. I mean, whatever happens with YouTube, I'm going to carry on making videos to help people. But if it does materialise into a job, that would be something that would just be beyond words, and it'd be like the ultimate dream come true. Question 8 says, do you want your own business? And this is an interesting one because although I do want to work in the corporate world, I actually don't want my own business in terms of like finance, as I quite like working for someone or like getting tasks to do, but I guess this is basically working for myself, and because it's so creative, it's something that I would like to do. And if this does turn into having a side business, I mean, I guess owning a business for one of my passions and hobbies is something that I would really like. But in terms of owning a business for finance and compliance, it's not something that I really want to do right now. It could change. Now I know question 9 is going to get some mixed reactions, but the question is, what is your favourite movie of all time? And although it's cheesy, my favourite movie ever is Grease. If you know me in real life, you'll know that I'm just obsessed with this movie. I've probably watched it 100 to 150 times, if not more. And it's so funny because my mum first saw this and she was, I think she was around 10 or 11, and she loved it and she went to the cinema 3 times to see it. And it's so funny because I was brought up watching Grease, and now my sister, who's 7, she also loves it. And we went through a period when she was 5 and 6 and she would just watch it on repeat constantly. And I know all the lyrics, she knows all the lyrics, mum knows all the lyrics. Although I do love a good musical, you know, Grease, The Greatest Showman. I do also love thrillers like Born Identity, Shawshank Redemption. I love all the Ocean films. But I think, like, if I was going to pick like a thriller favourite, it'd be Born Identity. You just can't beat Matt Damon in a movie. Question 10 is one of my favourite questions, and it is, what is your favourite genre of music? So if you know me in real life, you'll know that I am obsessed with house music. I can listen to it all day, all night. Whenever I go to a festival, you'll find me for, I think on the last festival, me and mum spent 8 to 10 hours in the dance tent alone. A good beat and house is my favourite. If I had to pick my favourite style of house, I'd go for acid house or deep house, because they are just my favourites. People that I'm loving at the minute are Disciples. I've seen them twice. I love Hannah Wants, Alan Walker, and Tom Zanetti does a really good beat. So yeah, let me play. Don't know the lyrics, but it's fine. Question 11 is very interesting. It says, how tall are you and do you wish you were taller? So if you know me in person, you'll know that I'm actually quite small. I'm 5'3", and do I wish I was taller? 100% yes. My mum is 5'7", at her tallest she was 5'8", and my dad isn't that small for a guy, but I definitely do wish I was taller. And when I was going to all my hospital checkups, I would always get measured and I'd always be like, I really hope that I've put on an inch, and it just never happened. And my chart now goes like this and you can just see it plateauing, and they've said I'm not getting any taller than this, so it's just something that I'm gonna have to accept. The next question is, what is your favourite number and why? So my favourite number is number 3. Number 3 is actually a really spiritual number, and my mum's always taught me like the power of 3. And I've just grown up with that, and it definitely is my favourite number. I mean, it can sometimes be a problem because with someone with OCD and a favourite number, things tend to be done in that. So if I'm touching the light switch, it will go on 3 times. Or if I'm sipping my water, I'll sip 3 sips. You get the idea. So the OCD in the number is something that I am working on, but I'm just accepting it, and I'm really working hard to tackle my OCD and loving. I am going to do a full video on my OCD, but yeah, that just gives you a little snippet into what life can be like sometimes. Question number 13 is, do you have any fears? And for this, I can quite honestly answer no. There's nothing that, well, I'd class a fear as like a phobia. There's nothing I can say that I'm phobic of. I try not to fear anything in life, as I don't want to attract that negativity, and I just sort of allow my life, you know, to happen and just take in the moment, because I feel like if we fear everything, that will be attracted in, and I just want to attract positivity and light and love into my life. On that note though, there's no denying that I don't really like spiders, but I wouldn't say I fear them. It's just, you know, they're not my favourite insect. You know, sorry Mr. Spider. Question number 14 is, do you want to travel, and if so, where? So I definitely do want to travel. Actually, at the minute, I'm planning my itinerary for a trip in around 2 years' time. Just to let you into another factor of my OCD, yes, I am planning a trip for 2 years away. But honestly, I'm just so excited that I'm having to plan now, and I'm getting all like the list of places that I want to go to. Oh, and I just couldn't be more excited. If you know my family in real life, you'll know that my mum and dad extensively travelled. They've done 2 world trips and they've been to some of the most remote places. And I feel like travelling's in my blood. And I'm just so excited to go travelling. And I just know, well, actually, this time in 2 years' time, I will be travelling. So I'm just so excited. And travelling, I just feel, my mum always says, it just expands your mind and you feel really humbled by what you see. So I'm really excited to travel. The other part of the question was, if so, where? At the moment, I really want to do a full trip of Europe because I live so close, but yet I don't really know and haven't been to many places. And then obviously I want to go to some of the main places internationally, like Thailand, and hopefully Vietnam, New Zealand, Australia, and then finish off in America. That's the plan at the moment. Question number 15 is a really nice one. It says, what are the 3 most powerful words that have changed your life? Obviously, I'm only 16, but I've been through so much, and there has been some people and words and quotes that have really helped me through these times. So the biggest one, and the one that stands out most to me, is acceptance. Accepting what's happened in my life and looking for a new way to look to the future and be excited for the future, as I do believe everything does happen for a reason. I'm looking forward to starting, you know, a new chapter of my life full of positivity and surrounding myself with really joyful people. The second word, I obviously think will have to be love. I feel very supported in my family, and the biggest one for loving is loving yourself, and I am learning to love myself, and the parts of me that I don't particularly like and would like to change, and will change them, but I'm loving myself along the journey. So I think that's really important. The third one isn't really a word. Well, it isn't a word, it's a sentence, and for me it's just really about living in the moment. Be in the moment you're in, because I like to plan ahead, and I already know like what course I want to do at university and my job and travel, and my whole life is planned, and sometimes I just need to be in the moment and be spontaneous and do things to get outside of my comfort zone. But I definitely think that we just need to enjoy the parts we're in, because I think to myself, I'll look back and I would have just rushed through them. So I really just want to live in the moment and enjoy every day and every minute. Question number 16 is, do you have any siblings? And yes, I have one sister, and she is 7, and her name is Alexandria. I love her to pieces. She's the cutest little ray of joy in my life. She's 7 and she's one of the most positive people I know. Yeah, there's a 9-year age gap between us, but it's so nice to see her grow up. And my mum, she's been able to watch me grow up and nearly be an adult, and then she's got to do it all over nearly 10 years later with Alex, so it's been really lovely for her. Question number 17 is, who are my favourite YouTubers right now? So right now I'm currently enjoying Unjaded Jade. She's one of the most positive people that I watch. She's so inspiring and a really well-rounded person. Put her name up here so you guys can go and watch her. Honestly, you will just be like filled with positivity. She's so lovely and really inspired me to start my channel. As well as this, I love Sophia and Cinzia. They're really amazing for fashion, and they're just really funny girls. Another person that my channel was like based around is Grace Fit UK. She is studying at Oxford and she loves fitness, and she's actually just started some companies, and she's just a really inspiring businesswoman, and I love seeing all the different aspects of her life. So all of those people will be linked down below, and I'll put them up on the screen so you guys can go and check them out. Question number 18 is actually a really lovely one, and I think one that we don't ask ourselves enough, and it actually says, how do I feel right now, or how do you feel right now? And I think it's important that we take the time to be in the moment and understand and process our emotions, because sometimes when we don't feel the happiest, we sort of just let those moments drift by, and it's important that we acknowledge it and can move forward. But right now I'm feeling really happy. I went to a gym class this morning with my mum, and I've just worked out, and I'm getting to do one of my favourite things, which is film. And then I've got my friend coming over, and I've got to do a bit of schoolwork, so I'm definitely feeling very happy, which is really nice. And I'm feeling calm and living in the moment, so that is important. Question number 19 is interesting because it says, when was the last time you cried and what was the reason? Now, if you know me in real life, you'll know that I'm a very emotional person. I'm not like sensitive, but I just get quite emotional. But I honestly can't remember the last time I cried, which is really weird. I cry 1 or 2 times a week. Not anything bad, it's just if I'm watching a movie or like talking about school. And I'm really lucky that I have such a supportive mum who just, you know, hugs me, tells me it's gonna be okay. She's always there for me and when I'm upset. But I think the last time I cried was just being overwhelmed with school. But my mum actually sat down with me and did a whole plan, and I'm so grateful to have someone that takes time out of their day to make sure that I'm okay. She means the world to me. Question number 20 says, where can you see yourself in 10 years, or where do you want to be in 10 years? So 10 years time, I'll nearly be 27. So I really hope that I'm still doing my YouTube and I've been able to reach more people. That's something that I just want to take through my whole life. I hope that I've travelled and continue to travel every year, and I really hope that I'm in a secure job and maybe owning a house, or yeah, definitely won't be having kids by 27. That's still a bit young for me. Question 21 is, what is your favourite drink? And for this, shock horror to those that know me in real life, water. I love water so much. I drink around 3 litres to 3.5 litres every day, and water and herbal tea, they're just my favourite things. I really don't drink sugary drinks or smoothies. There will be videos coming on this in the future, but yeah, my favourite drink is water. Question number 22 is, what perfume do you wear? And I actually wear Byredo or Byredo, I don't know how to pronounce it still, but it's the Rose of No Man's Land. And I would show it to you guys, but I think it's all run out and I'm due to buy another. Oh, okay, I've got an empty bottle. Yes, so the scents in this are obviously rose. And the backstory, I don't know why I just sniffed my own perfume, I know what it smells like, but the backstory to this perfume is actually, I think, the poppies in the field, or the flowers that grew after the soldiers died, and that's why it's, you know, Rose of No Man's Land. So it's a really lovely backstory. I'll have to put up on the screen what it actually means, but yeah, and I've been wearing that now for around 2 years and I don't think I'll ever stop. It's my favourite. Question 23. Question 23 says, what sports do you play or have played? So currently right now I don't actually play any sports. Videos, I keep saying videos will be coming because there's so much I want to share, but right now I'm just working in the gym, trying to stabilise my injuries. I have been for around 3 years. I had a very serious accident 5 years ago and it affected my whole life. I will be sharing this, but I used to do athletics, trampolining, roller skating, swimming, and my whole childhood had to stop when this accident happened, as I couldn't do anything. And to support me, because my mum knew that I was going to go insane if I didn't exercise, because I was used to swimming 6 days a week and doing triple jump and all of these activities, so she got me into the gym, and lucky enough I did fall in love with it. At the minute I don't play any sports, but I hope to try some new ones in the future. I mean, swimming is always one of my biggest passions. I don't think I'll be able to ever train in a squad again, but I still go swimming occasionally because it's just one of my loves of life, and I really want my body to be able to swim. As well as this, I also do want to try like tennis or badminton. It's just something that I've always been curious about, so hopefully watch this space. A couple months time you might see me play badminton. So the next question is, how do you describe your fashion sense? So I describe my fashion sense as classy but casual, because I love dressing smart. It's just like one of my favourite things, like a chill day at home. I've got like my little retro shirt on. I love classy clothes, and when I go into sixth form, my friends know me as like the person that dresses really smart. I'm always in like tailored trousers and shirts and blazers. I just love dressing smart. It makes me feel so good. But on the days that I go down to London or I'm just around home, I definitely like to mix my classiness with a little bit of casual. I will pop up some pictures so you can see what I would usually wear. I love to pair a good outfit with some trainers, and if I'm not wearing that, you'll catch me in gym clothes. Question 25 is a good one, and probably something I need to be honest with myself with. It's, do you have any bad habits? Yes, I do have some bad habits. We all do, but my main bad habit is clicking my fingers. I do it all the time, and I've done it from around age 9. I saw another girl do it and I thought, I'm gonna copy her, and I trained my fingers to click. It's a really weird thing, and now I have to click them probably every 10 or 15 minutes. It's something I am trying to work on, and I really hope that, you know, it doesn't carry on for the rest of my life, because it isn't great and my fingers feel very tight all the time. Apparently I'm popping the, I don't know what's, bubble wrap. That's meant to be good instead of clicking, but I'm working on it. Another bad habit is, as I said with the number thing, I do a lot of things with the OCD. You know, 3 sips of water, 3 light switches, 3 this, 3 that. So it's something that I'm trying to work on so that my life isn't all consuming with how many times I've done something. My OCD has been going on for such a long time that it's a habit that I'm gonna have to really break, because I don't want it to go on. Other than that, don't think there's anything else.